Good afternoon everyone and welcome to Doha. We're here for the Qatar Classic and the first edition of Breakfast with Fram in the afternoon with the Indian number one, Saurav Ghosal.
Ta-da-da! It's so nice to speak with you. You know, I've known you since, I can't say that you were small because I mean, it's not like you.
It's definitely been a while.
But it's so nice to have you and since, I mean, maybe I'm a bit, you know, very romantic, but we all know that I am. That since you got married, I have the impression that once again, like it happens to a lot of players, your level has gone zoom, and you're actually enjoying at the moment the best form of your life. What, am I correct, or am I just being French?
I'm not sure exactly after getting married. I think once I got married, there were quite a few things which kind of changed. Not drastically, but just generally, like there was so many things to do with the wedding, and Indian weddings are like another level.
Takes about 5 years, dear.
Yeah. So that took a kind of a toll with like mentally more than physically, and then I kind of lost a little bit of sharpness, focus. Motivation, focus, everything put together, like a bad concoction. But I think like last summer I had a pretty good like a training period, and I did well in the first half of the season. Unfortunately, towards the end of the year, like December on, like November, December, I kind of had a few injury problems, so that kind of pushed me back a little bit in the beginning of this year. But I've had another good summer now, so I'm happy to be playing. It's a privilege and an honor to be playing in tournaments like the Qatar Classic, and I'm just kind of in this mind space where I want to do really well. I want to kind of push the boundaries further, not for myself, but also for Indian squash, because I'm the first to kind of do what I'm doing right now. And I feel like for me, like leaving a legacy is really important, and if I can push those boundaries on PSA, and obviously at the multi-sport events like the Asian Games and the Commonwealth Games, I think that makes my legacy that much richer moving forward.
Talking about that kind of way, who do you owe most about your career? Is it your dad? Is it Malcolm? Is it, who would you say that was the element that made you who you are today in squash?
I think it's I wouldn't say it's one person. I think my father is the one who brought me into the game, who's still very keenly involved. He watches every one of my matches, and watches a lot of other matches as well, and he's a constant source of support for me. Everyone in the family supports me, but he's the squash angle support because he's the one who understands the game. So I definitely owe a lot to him. I think purely squash-wise, for the professional player I am today, yes, Malcolm is the one who's you could say has made the cake, and being very patient with it and baked it with a lot of love and focus to make it what it is. And it's not an overnight process, Everything happens slowly and takes maybe a number of years for it to kind of gel together to the level that you want it to be at, because at the top of the game the differences are so minute and marginal. And also I think like now this summer I've worked with David Palmer as well. I think he's helped a lot in the last few months. So if I had to kind of put perspective on it, I'd say Malcolm is the one who's made the entire cake, and I think David is now trying to put the icing and the decoration on it.
The candles and
to kind of try and take me to the from like let's say a homemade good cake to
a wedding cake,
a Michelin star baking chef, pastry chef.
That's lovely. What would you say? I think I can remember what you're going to say, but what is your best memory of squash? I remember photos of you at a very, very special team event. That probably is going to be the thing you're going to tell me. It was an amazing moment where we have all the Indian team going to Saurav, and so even now, it makes me very emotional because that was very important for you that day.
Yeah, I mean, like, ever since I've been really small, like, when you ask a lot of young kids, like, what's your dream? Like, they either say world number one or world champion. For some reason, I always had two. One was to become world champion or world number one, but also to win like a massive, massive team event with India. Because I just feel that if I can do that with India, it means the country as a whole is doing well and we have more players, and kind of my responsibility towards the game back home has been covered to a great extent. And to win the Asian Games, which is a massive thing for Asian countries, and to win the team event there in 2014 was a big thing. And like we've been so close before at Asian Games and Asian Championships, but we've always kind of fallen short. We've been like match ball away to win the whole thing, and we haven't done it. But this time it just happened. Like things fell in place, and I'm just happy that it fell in place for the first time ever. The biggest thing possible for us.
That's excellent. That's very nice. Well, young man, before we close, everything, because we try to keep it, a bit short. Yes. If you had something to change in your game, and like a magic wand, and it's like that's it. You have one wish in your squash game. What is it that you would like to get better or different? What would it be?
I think I'd want to kind of seal the deal more mentally, where I think squash-wise, I have the ability and the capability to compete and beat the best right now with everything at my disposal in my arsenal or armory or whatever. It's a question now of maybe it's like 1 or 2 wins. It kind of gives you that belief as well. But in matches sometimes when it's 1-1 or close against really top guys, I want to be able to kind of have the belief in me to kind of say that, no matter how hard it's going to get, somehow or the other I'm going to come out on the right side of this. And it's not something that, I'm not saying that I don't believe I can win, but it's something which happens intrinsically, where when you do win a few things, it just happens that you have it. So Mohammed, for example, because he's done it so many times in the past, he has it. Yeah. And that's why you say, he's gone into beast mode. Of course, physically, he does stuff which is great, but he goes into that beast mode where he knows kind of in his subconscious that, okay, I'm going to win this. Yeah. So I want to reach that stage, and for that, I know that I need to win a few matches against the top guys, and hopefully I can get there.
To quote Malcolm, actually, I think he's the one that said, winning is a habit.
Yes.
Which is, so I would be very, very happy if you were to get to that.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Ta-da-da!